If you are interested in bread making, then I highly suggest you guys try out this Jewish braided bread called the challah and the raw Himalaya strong bread flour I use to make this beautiful gorgeous bread. Start by adding active dry yeast to a bowl and add lukewarm water to it. Mix until the yeast is completely combined and then add room temperature water to it. Add 170 grams of the strong bread flour and mix until no liquid remains. Cover it and let it rise for at least 2 hours. This yeast and flour mixture is what will give our bread that ribbony pull-apart texture. To this add half cup honey, third of a cup of olive oil and 2 eggs to it. Add 400 grams of the strong bread flour and mix until no liquid remains. You can use a spatula for this purpose. Dust the surface with some all-purpose flour and then you can start kneading the dough. Place your non-dominant hand on top of your dominant hand and apply pressure from the heel of your palm. Using this method, knead the dough until the dough is soft and supple. Flatten out the dough and spread half a cup of soaked raisins onto it. Fold the dough onto the raisins from all 4 sides as shown. Apply some pressure while folding and then using the turn and tuck method, make a soft and supple dough. Grease a clean bowl with some olive oil and then place the dough in it and let it rise at room temperature for 2.5 hours. The dough should be doubled in size by then. Carefully remove the cling wrap and then slowly punch the dough so that all the air trapped in it gets escaped. Knead this dough for a couple of minutes and then using a bench scraper, divide the dough into 2 roughly equal sized balls. Lightly dust the work surface and then start rolling the dough to form a long snake shape. Gently squeeze the dough between your fingers so that any remaining trapped air gets escaped. Make sure that while rolling it's equal in thickness. Place one part of the rolled dough onto the other to form an X and then from the point of intersection of the X, braid the 2 parts of the rolls as shown in the video. Roll the braids tightly and make sure that the ends are tapered. Start gathering the braid from one end to make a coil. The center of the coil should be risen to form a dome shape. Place the dough on a parchment paper on the baking tray and give it a light egg wash. Cover it with an oiled cling film and give it its second rise. In about 90 minutes, the dough should be doubled in size. Carefully remove the cling wrap so that it doesn't get deflated and apply a second layer of egg wash. Bake at 175 degrees preheated oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. Let it cool at room temperature on a wire rack for at least 30 minutes. The bread turns out really soft and has a nice ribbony texture that you can just pull apart. Bread will stay soft and fresh for 3 days.